County. He was appointed the colonel of that regiment. So he eventually did become a colonel, but I don't think he was a colonel during the Revolution. He was later elected to the General Assembly to represent Liberty District. Liberty District is modern-day Marion County, and he died in 1797. So, my panel of celebrity judges, who is the real Colonel Baxter? Well, this is my idea. You're supposed to say I'm a genius at this point. Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, I remain your most humble servant, and I'll be happy to attempt to answer any questions. But you got to speak up. I am deaf in my left ear. I don't hear very well.
All right. Did people not use middle names ever?
You know, I've thought about that. Some families, if they'd have just gotten a darn baby book as a gift, it would have helped a lot. Because, you know, Reverend John Baxter has his son, John Baxter, and guess what? There was John Baxter had a son that he named John Baxter.
They weren't in the habit of making middle names.
Well, some of them did. Some of them used their names extensively. You know, John Caraway Smith was a company commander in the same unit, and he always signed everything, John Caraway Smith. So some did, but these two guys, I haven't found any indication they had middle names. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
When I was in college, we had a guy named Bill. And then a freshman came in. His name was Bill. He immediately became Rookie. Okay, any chance that maybe they used a nickname, and that's where Jacob came from for one of these guys?
Very possible. But, you know, let me just say this. I started this thing by saying, you know, this is not an attempt to find fault with anyone's research who's gone before me. And this is a confusing issue, and it's just because I got interested in it, and I had the time to sit down and follow and try to separate these people. But as you can see, there are probably lots and lots of people out there who think that they're descended from, you know, we had a signer of Declaration of Independence in my family. Well, it depends on when John Baxter you're descended from. Okay? Thank you very much.
So the two John Baxters also became Colonel Baxter of PD's regiment. Both of them.
That was John of Kingston.
Oh, but you said the other one was
1782. I'm sorry. If I misspoke, I'm sorry. Let me clarify that John Baxter of Kingston is the one who became the colonel of the PD regiment during the Revolution.
right.
John Baxter of PD became colonel of the 27th South Carolina Militia after the war.
They were both colonels of the same regiment at the time.
No, actually, I think, well, there was some overlap. Yeah, you're right. There may have been some overlap when they reorganized the militia. And, yeah, they could have conceivably been part of the same area. Yes, ma'am.
I've come across this so many times as registrar of our chapter of VAR and researching prospective members, especially dealing with fathers who the colonel of the unit happened to be an uncle, and then there was an individual of the same name in there. And I'm told that he couldn't possibly have fought in the Revolution. He was too young. Only come to find out that since uncle, grandfather, father took a lot
It's amazing, you know, we sometimes look at these records and we think that it's so clear cut, but what we're dealing with is decisions that people made 250 years ago, and they may not be the same decisions that we would make today, and they may not even make sense to us today, but they made perfect sense to them. And, you know, I couldn't imagine taking my 12-year-old grandson to war with me, but rather than leave him at home with the Tories about, maybe that was the safest place for him. It's interesting.
It does bring a lot of questions.
Thank you.
10-minute break and then we'll.
Good.